Good afternoon, everyone out there, to all of our listeners at the Millionaire by Morning Show. We have a special guest with us today. She goes by the name of Michelle Keinan. She is the have it all queen. She's a mentor and guide for driven women who want it all in marriage, money, motherhood, no compromises, in the easiest, most fun, and pleasurable way possible. Ladies, this is a special one. You want to pull up a seat and check out Michelle K today on the Millionaire by Morning Show. Welcome to the show today, Michelle.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
I would have to say, I'm going to conduct this interview in a way that I want to send this to my sister as soon as we're done with it, right?
Okay.
Because I can't get into the head of women or anything like that, but I can ask you questions to see where you're coming from and where you're going. We're going to talk today about being wealthy and successful by creating a business and life that feels good and that truly honors who you are and what you want to do and be and feel every day. So a little bit background on you. If you could start us off with a little backstory about when you figured out, hey, listen, I no compromises. I need it all. How'd that
Yeah,
begin?
I mean, maybe it was always like that. Maybe I was born that way, that I just really, I knew what I wanted. And until I had what I wanted, I just, yeah, I wanted to get it. I wanted to have it. But I think it's really understanding and honoring how you feel and who you are and not doing things the way that you've been necessarily taught or that other people would do it. It's really like about a relationship with yourself.
I believe so too. And so we're going to use the word settling, to
Okay.
settle. So with that and the mindset that you have, there's no way that you would say, this is a question. There's no
Okay.
way that you would say a person should settle before.
Why? Why settle, right? And I think it comes from this mentality, this conditioning that we think like if I have more, you have less. And something that I believe and that I teach my clients for themselves and also in their relationships is what if you could have everything that you wanted and the other person could have everything that they wanted to, and when that happens, it's better than you both can possibly imagine. And it's through relationship where we challenge each other and we can grow together to make that possible, but only if you believe that it's possible and not just think that there has to be power struggles or that you're always, women hear all the time like you're going to have to give something up, you're going to have to compromise, like if this is going good, this probably won't be going so good. It's something that women are taught, and we can unteach ourselves that and have something else happen instead.
And this is a part of your coaching program.
Yeah.
So when a woman enters your coaching program,
Yeah.
does she already need to be with that right person?
No, I say that I love working with women that are seeking for their partnership, because then you don't have to deal with a whole other person's stuff and all the ingrained like patterns and ways that your relationship is working. You get to, with all my clients, the reason I don't have to work with couples and I can just work with a woman specifically is you can understand how much power you have once you honor who you are and what you want. You raise your standards, you set healthy boundaries, you learn how to communicate, but from this energy of like, you just know and trust that everything that you want is wanting you, and you walk through this world knowing like that you deserve it, and it's not an arrogant thing. And so many women are taught that we have to fight for what we want and break the glass ceiling and lean in, right? There's all this language around this like very forward energy, and we need to know how to do that, but you don't always have to do it like that. You can be in another energy of receiving, of playing, of trusting, of knowing like what's yours and letting the world meet you at that level.
That's awesome. That's awesome because it's not, I would say this on purpose. So I checked out your website.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know if you have your method. Are your methods listed on your website?
So if you're sneaking over to my website, it's a work in progress. Like we're literally building it right now. My method is called the Have It All method,
Okay.
and it's a proprietary methodology where, pillar one is about like owning who you are and being in like your most delicious, most magical, most powerful next level self energy. Pillar two is all about claiming your desires, like being real about what's right for you, like what you really deserve, like what you want in this life without shrinking it down into like what other people think is okay or what's possible, like based on your circumstances necessarily. And then pillar three is about activating your relationships because we can go far alone, and so many women are taught like we can be independent and we make our own money and our own decisions, and that's true. But if you have the privilege of being in a relationship, you can go way farther together, if you know how to really have partnerships. So that's the third pillar of the Have It All method.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. I just want to know,
Yeah.
is a little manipulation involved in there? Because women can really have their way with men, especially if they're taught the correct way. Um, so yeah, to get the man to I understand what you're saying about, walking in this certain energy,
Yeah.
but also like there's a time where a woman can, almost make a man do anything she
I
pleases.
mean, sure, but like, what if you didn't have to be manipulative? Like, what if you knew that by being your full, authentic, most powerful self, it invited him to be in his most
Yeah.
powerful self? And that's the place that you can meet and co-create and grow together. Like, manipulation is a tool, but what would your relationship be like and your life be like if you didn't have to be manipulative?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, so yes, I can you're working on your website, right?
Yes.
I wanted to say this since the day that it was booked. I will have to say this, and this is coming from a marketing perspective.
Okay.
You haven't finished the site yet, but this is one of the top sites that I've ever seen. And I'm going to tell you why. Like, it totally speaks on what you're about and what you're offering. You don't even have to read it. You can just like scroll it. And it has just the way that you are, and also with your Instagram and social media feed. It kind of shows you just that you are already in that energy. You're living that energy. That's what your website and your
Thank
your
you.
Instagram post relays. So I want to say good job at that. And
Thank you.
as a marketer, I just had to point that out.
Thank you. Well, I mean, yeah, part of my design is I can't teach something I'm not living and mastering myself. That would be inauthentic. And so everything, yeah, my husband took all of my photos, like he's a photographer, and so I feel like seen and loved and supported by him through that. And my brand, I just, I love color, I love life, like I love sensual experiences, and the work that I do is about opening up women to incredible experiences for themselves and their lives. So thank you for saying that. I'll tell my web designer, she'll be really happy to hear
Definitely,
that.
definitely. Yeah, that's super dope. Um, so where are you current? Well, first of all, how long have you been doing these courses and teaching these women this?
I got my certification in somatic therapy about 12 years ago. And then I got my certification as a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner too. So my methodology is built on physical practices, emotional, mental, working with masculine and feminine energy. And I've been doing that for yeah, like over a decade. And now I get to work with women all around the world because I'm online. I have a lot of stuff going, but I'm doing events where I live here in rural New Jersey. And yeah, I love people. I love women. I love being together and doing fun stuff together. So I like the internet because like we can connect, but I
Right.
really like gathering with people and doing fun stuff together.
Okay. So is it you offer one-on-one? Is it group coaching?
Yeah, I have a beautiful program called Wally's Successful Woman. That's an online group. It's an incredible community of powerful women that are committed to having the best and the most of everything they desire in life. And then I do one-on-one private coaching, and my clients are entrepreneurs and in politics and in the medical field, like all different, just all different amazing things, artists, singers. And then I do events. I have an event happening in March for International Women's Month called Viva la Femme.
Okay.
Um, and we have a lot of fun. I do corporate speaking also, and I work with companies to give like support and coaching to their female leadership teams. Yeah, I do a lot of fun stuff. And I have a
That's
podcast
cool.
called Women Healing, is a podcast of mine that came out this past year.
This past year? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What goes on the podcast? What do you women talk about on your podcast?
Well, it's just me right now, just
Okay.
dispensing all my wisdom, and teaching women, how they can elevate their relationships and how to stop holding themselves back and how to claim all the things that they want. My everyone loves the podcast, so Women Healing is what it's called. You should definitely check it out.
Okay. That's awesome. Anyone listening, Michelle K is not just one of these coaches that's just out here throwing coach in the front of her name. She actually has certifications. She's been doing this for over 10 years. Check her out. Look at her Instagram, and you will simply easily see that she is a professional at what it is that she does and the advice that she gives. I want to commend you for working with women in a way that they can get their best selves. I truly and honestly believe that everyone should live at their highest self. I don't know. I'm maybe it's just because I'm a Leo, but that may have something to do with it. But kind of like you, I'm just born with it, and I just think everyone should reach. No one should settle. Like you should really reach your highest form,
Yeah,
whatever that
why?
may take.
What if by you settling, you're actually, that means everyone else is settling and you're holding everybody down by, not holding yourself to your highest? Like, what if you giving yourself full permission, it gives everybody else full permission? What if you being your highest and best brings everybody up to their highest and best? We have to recognize how much power we have, especially for the women listening, right? Like we have to recognize how much power we have when we honor ourselves, when we don't like do it to be good or sacrifice or martyr ourselves, like just the gift for everyone when we really like step into that energy with ourselves.
I believe it.
Yeah.
1000%. Yes, yes. So, what would you say to the woman out there right now that's single and kind of um, looking for someone, not knowing if it's the right person, but they're willing to let go of some of that hope.
Mm.
They don't want the best of the best anymore because they're turning into 35, 40-year old middle age, but they're single. What would you say to that woman?
All right, super important. I have an amazing client. She's turning 70, and she just met the love of her life, and he just moved from across the country to be with her and to take care of her. So, first of all, have hope, and if you're losing hope, start losing the people around you that are bringing your hope down, the people that you commiserate with, that you complain with, that you say dating sucks and men suck, like those people in your life are going to take you farther and farther away from what you want. And get with people, be in a community, work with somebody like me that's going to help you orient your attention and your energy on the thing that you desire. And through doing that, activating your own energy so that what you want is going to be attracted to you. Like that's the work to do. Like how to be your most juicy, feel good self that wants what she wants, and see what happens, how the world changes, how the dating scene changes when you step into that energy with yourself.
All right, there you go. Michelle, so how important would you say that you kind of just spoke on it, but how important is it to have the correct mindset?
It's everything. It's everything. But remember, and especially for women, it's not just about your mind. It's about your embodying your energy. It's about your nervous system. It's about being connected to your own feminine sensuality. Like it's not, we're more like the feminine is about the being, is about the experience, right? So if you're doing mindset work, amazing. Add the embodiment and energy stuff to it. Things like dancing, things just like lounging and hanging around and taking a bath. Like there's so many different ways to get your energy right and to access like your unique feminine blueprint. That's what I call it. So it's not about being like the woman on the cover of the magazine. Don't try to be something else. It's about being your most juicy self, like unlocking that.
To unlock your most juicy self. That's the description for today. We want to
I have a
unlock
really
your
fun
most.
job. I have a really great job.
It's really cool. It's really cool. You get to speak how you want to speak. That's a part of having all things, not
Mm,
compromising. Um, it's a beautiful thing when you can live on your own terms.
yes.
That's a definite. Michelle, I want to thank you for stopping by the Millionaire by Morning show today. I know your podcast is awesome. There's some things that we can all learn from someone who is actually taught about these situations instead of just listening to any and everybody who has something to say on the Twitter/X or your Facebook or your Instagram. Find someone that really knows what they're talking about and can lead you in a way that leads you to greatness and
Yeah.
happiness.
Yeah. And gives you the tools. And speaking on that, everyone should visit my website, which is haveitallqueen.com. I have this amazing tool. It's called the satisfaction assessment. And you take it and you can see exactly the things in every aspect of your life that it's time for an upgrade, and the next step, like the easiest next step, what you can do to have that happen for you.
What's the man's equivalent to this?
I don't
Because it's
know.
needed. It's
Well,
needed.
it is needed, but I will say that the partners of my clients, they just the most amazing things happen for them, because when your woman steps into this energy, like you suddenly have all this space and this freedom to be your best self, to do the things that you know is right for you, your family, your future. You get to be on your hero's journey. So all the men listening, you can buy this program for your wife. You can have her join this experience. My clients' husbands have become millionaires. They've sold their businesses. They've gotten crazy promotions. Like a lot of really good stuff happens for everyone around when a woman steps into this energy. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? That makes perfect sense. That make perfect sense. When your
Yeah.
woman is on, you are on. Every man knows that.
Happy wife, happy life,
Happy
right?
wife, happy life. We're
Yeah.
gonna leave with that. Go to check out with that. Michelle, thanks again. And don't hesitate to come back on the show anytime you have something that you want to get off your chest or that you can teach the listeners of this show.
Thank you. So good to be here.
All right. Thank you for your presence. You have a great day and much success to everything you do from here on out. Goodbye.